Okay, you are live.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the Warren City School District Board of Education meeting. It is our regular meeting. Today is Tuesday, January 26th, 2021, and the time is 6 p.m. We are live streaming via warrencityschools.org on Zoom through our WSCN studio. This meeting is a meeting of the Warren City Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There is a time for public participating via email during the meeting, as indicated in agenda item number 11. And at this time, if everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance as we call the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And if we could please call the roll.
Yes. Mr. Fowley,
Present.
Mrs. Patterson,
She is absent due to medical reasons.
Mrs. Shannon,
She too is also absent due to medical reasons.
Mr. Walker,
Present.
and Mrs. Lamperos.
Here. So we do have a quorum and we will move forward. At this time, there's no a need for item number 3 for executive session. So we'll move on to item 4, which is communications. Mr. Shiro?
Thank you. I have 3 items I just wanted to share briefly with the board. It's great to have our kids back in school even though it's a hybrid model. Our elementary cohort B students returned last Thursday. It was a great day for students, staff, and I'm sure parents alike. And then all students in cohort A, including grades 9 through 12, returned this Monday. Have heard great things about the student return. School is meant to have the children present, and it was just great to have them back and bringing them back into the school setting, even though it's in limited capacity. Second, I wanted to share that we are working with the governor's office and the Ohio Department of Health, Trumbull County Educational Service Center, and local health partners in bringing vaccinations to our staff and those that are critical to the operation of the school district. Vaccinations are scheduled to begin in the state of Ohio for Group 1B school employees starting next week. I don't believe that we are going to be part of next week's vaccinations based upon the governor's comments today, but that could change. I know a number of schools were notified that they would be on the schedule for next week in other areas, such as some schools in Mahoning County, but we're not aware of any schools in Trumbull County being that their providers have received the vaccine to start next week. However, if we found out as late as Friday, we would be prepared for the next week. We are ready to roll with that and with our partners. So that is going to begin as soon as it is available. And my third and final communication I wanted to share is that the ESSER Round 2 dollars are going to be getting published here in the near future, and the Warren City School District is in line to receive a second round of funding based upon our application later this month. So stay tuned as that information is finalized. We also understand that these funds will be able to be used through September 2023. And so again, we started already having conversations with Karen, Chris, Wendy, Regina, Jen, and I as far as things we'll be looking to do consistent with the expenditures. So that'll be coming out here. I already thought it would come out last week, but it should be coming out this week and more information to come. That concludes my communications for this evening.
Thank you. Agenda item number 5 is the adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
I move.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Fowley,
Yes.
Mrs. Lamperos.
Yes, and the motion carries. Item 6, the treasurer's report.
I wanted to point out a few things to you tonight. On the agenda, you're approving the tax rates, and just wanted to go over in comparison to last year. Last year, our overall tax rate was 65.80 mils. This year, it has gone down to 65.05, in large part due to the refunding of our outstanding bond retirement. And one of the other things I'd like to point out is there was a triennial update in 2020. So our class 1 and class 2 property values increased by approximately 15 million. So that is something very good. We haven't seen that in a few years. So that was real nice to see, and that helps, with reducing the mills on our emergency levies and whatnot. So just wanted to point that out to you. Our tax rates that we're setting are the lowest they've been since 2018. Just to give you
Since 2018?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then one other item that's just recently come up is the funding cuts that came from the state of Ohio have been determined that they didn't need to be as cut as much, the budget. So in fiscal 2020, if you remember, we received a budget cut of approximately $509,000. So they reevaluated in 2021, and we are getting back 279,000 of that funding cut. So our actual 2020-2021 budget cut is only about $230,000.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that was good news.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay, very good. Do any of the board members have any questions? Okay, let's go ahead.
Finance did some work on this, questioning adjustments to property tax. After this triennial evaluation, the Board of Revisions, the auditor, and the treasurer have all agreed that any adjustment to any property tax will go through the complete process, that nothing will be granted on a hearing. Okay,
Oh,
they will
okay.
have to file all the paperwork, they'll have to go through the committee. No more of these, oh, well, it's a rental, it's so much income, I can only pay this much property tax. So that's one of the reasons why our valuation should go up.
Very good.
Awesome.
That's good news
Yes,
for the entire city, actually.
yes,
Yeah. All property owners, let's put it that way.
yeah. Well, it's good for everyone
Yeah,
because
yeah,
everyone who owns property is paying on an equal basis.
right, exactly. Very good. Thank you. All right, agenda item number 7, the superintendent's report. Mr. Shiro.
Thank you. The superintendent's report this evening, I'm going to turn over to Mr. Lacy to discuss 2 items pertinent to the board. Mr. Lacy?
Hi, good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Just wanted to give everyone an update on number 1, the Willard project. Work has kind of slowed a little bit over the winter time here for this month. They have continued to bring a crew in, weather permitting, and we're hoping to have some more consistent work done when the weather breaks. Good news is we will be receiving an insurance settlement from when we had about 6 to 8 classrooms receive damage around the Labor Day with some flooding that occurred, some rain damage. That should, from what we're told, we have a couple of bids, and one one bid was far superior to the other, and the insurance company will give us probably about 10,000 more than what the actual claim is, or the actual damage was right now. And we will have a year to complete the work, which is even better because I don't foresee us going in to Willard into classrooms until the school year's over.
Mhm.
I think we've probably put them through enough mini torture with just the whole roof project. The second thing that will probably be coming is we will probably be, I was made aware of some potential change orders that will be coming. Probably we'll have them for the next board meeting where we'll be looking at, again, some other ventilation issues that were found. Those issues have been forwarded on to Gazelle, and those change orders will probably take place then. And then also, I did notice that the money that was used for the metal decking on our previous change order back in September has run out. So I would assume we will probably have another change order that would include more metal decking. Just so you guys are aware, the replacement of the metal decking so far has been at about an 81% clip for the building.
Wow.
So more to come on that. I have not heard any kind of finalization type of thing from Gazelle in conversation. So she's still aware of where we're at and what our intentions are there. So that's kind of where we are in Willard. Then I also wanted to bring everybody up to speed on the Monroe project. As I kind of indicated, the property has been separated and is also, if you noticed in Saturday's paper, we had a 30-day notice out there that we will be having an auction on February 26th, which is Friday, I believe, and that will be in the morning, about 10 a.m. The minimum bid we put on the property was $50,000, which is approximately 2/3 of what the appraised value came in at. So we'll see what happens with that. If there are no bids at that minimum, we can move right away to a private sale, at which time we could also accept an offer on the property based upon board approval. And of course, so hopefully we'll have, I think the beginning of March meeting, hopefully I have some finalization to that as far as where that, when that will be. So that's about where I'm at right now. Any questions on any of those?
Two questions. 81% on the metal decking of the Willard roof. Does that mean that 81% of the decking on the whole roof has to be replaced?
So far, that is what has been replaced. I
Okay.
am hopeful. I am hopeful that we have already hit the worst places, at least based upon where we saw the most amount of roofing damage. So we're now going to be kind of going into the southern portion of the roof. There has not been as much analysis done on that part. So will there be another 80%? I hope not, but based on how this has gone, I wouldn't expect less.
Okay, so 80%. 80% to me is 80% of the whole roof. There's only 20% left. Am I misunderstanding?
80% as to the amount of square footage that's been completed so far.
Okay, so not
80,
the whole roof,
yeah.
just what's the work that's been done. Okay, the second question is what is the zoning on the Monroe Street parcel?
Oh, that's, God, I haven't looked at that in a while. I want to say it was it R1?
Mr. Lacy, when we get questions that are impromptu, you can also get back to the entire board weekly update.
Yeah, and I can check on that too to make sure, John, because we had a couple of legal description updates, but since it was creating a new parcel, had a legal description update on it. So I'll verify what
let us know,
what
that
will
would be appreciated.
Okay.
And we'll put that information out the end of the week.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, does anyone have anything else? Julian, do you have any questions?
No, I don't think I have any. It's a quite expansive list of work being done over there.
Okay, yeah, I know. All right, thank you. Is that it, Mr. Shiro? Do you have anything else?
No, that concludes the superintendent's report for this evening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lacy, for your updates. All right, we'll move on to agenda item number 8, which is our Board of Education Committee reports, athletics, and I see Mr. Nicholson is with us.
Good evening, everyone. Winter sports, obviously, we're about halfway through and a little more than half with a lot of sports. So we're moving along. One of the things we did was we hosted the AAC Swimming and Diving Championships a few weeks ago, and it was a tremendous success. We didn't have any parents at the event, but we did live stream it. And to Frank and Fred and the group, all the students, you guys are doing a spectacular job. They've been getting compliments from people such as 21 Dana Bolish. And I think Fred received an email previously from a person in Wisconsin. It's an ex-educator, and he came across our broadcast and he said he's never seen such a finer high school production of a live stream than what we had. And I mean, I've turned on our basketball game at Newton Falls and they did a great job and everything, but I'm telling you what, our WSCN is second to none when it comes to high school broadcasting. So kudos to the kids, kudos to Frank, kudos to Fred.
If I
heard
could
John Earl. Go ahead, Steve.
If I can comment, I wanted to say that I had a conversation with Mr. Bozak just yesterday. And, when we think about the multiple events that they are putting on, these gentlemen work during the day and are giving up their time overnight, essentially for no compensation. You can expect to see a supplemental contract coming out. We always wanted to do this kind of thing, but we never expected to live stream every single home event. But we're doing that so our fans and families can have full access to their kids' performance. So I'm going to be making a recommendation in February after we do analysis and take care of those guys, because they're doing a great service for our community above and beyond what's expected from them during the day.
Yeah, I agree. Very good.
Yeah, I agree 100%, Steve. They're awesome. I think, most of the safety protocols that we put in this year made our season successful. Got a lot of compliments on visiting superintendents, visiting administrators that have come into our facilities, and we're very impressed with what we've done. Electronic ticketing, one of the things that we've done by not having, touching money, no contact, paper-free tickets, has gone to an electronic ticketing system with home team ticketing. And I'll be honest with you, this has gone rather smoothly. I really like it. Shannon likes it. I don't know if you guys have heard anything, but it's working real well for us. We did have our first cancellation of the year that someone wants a refund, and we're working on trying to figure out how that exactly works. So other than that, it's been a wonderful system, and we're going to discuss that at Athletic Council on Thursday a little more in depth. Spring sports, I'm meeting with the softball and baseball coach tomorrow to discuss some dates to get them into some of the gyms, do some low cardio conditioning, because they're getting antsy and they want to get in our gyms. So that's the next step. Spring's coming quickly. So Athletic Council this Thursday for those of you on the committee. And that's about all for athletics.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very good.
Finance advisory, I don't think that there's anything there. Board policies and guidelines. I don't believe you have anything, do you, Julian?
No.
Okay. Legislative liaison, I don't have anything there. And then finally, we have TCTC, and Mr. Faulkner is joining us for that. Is he there?
Hello,
There you are.
excuse me. This will be very brief. I just wanted to, and we will have an update. We had a Warren City student who had done extremely well in some national competition. And I won't share the whole thing. We'll send something out, but I think it would be best to have her recognized at, at TCT. But you're going to hear some wonderful things about one of our students. And since I joined the meeting, I just wanted to pass that along. She placed like third in the nation in this program. So you're going to hear some things and I'll send it out to you, but I think it would be fair to her to make sure we took care of it there. And then, but I can't keep nothing good to myself, and you know that.
We understand. We understand. That's awesome. That's great. So is there anything else? That's what you have for us?
That's what I have. And listen, miss you guys. Keep up the good work and hear nothing but good things. We're gonna come out of this things, wonderful. And congratulations to my new team members and all that. You guys doing well.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you.
Miss you.
We miss you too. But see, we get to see you. So go enjoy those babies.
That's the plan. That's the plan. You probably heard him just come in.
I did. That's okay. You know what I do? We do enough meetings on the business end of it, where we've got pets and small children running around in the background. It's a good thing.
I know. You guys take care. I'm signing off.
Okay. Thanks, Bob.
Thank
Thank you, Mr. Falcon.
Stay safe.
I will. Bye-bye.
All right. Item number 9, old business. Does anyone have anything? Okay, anything under new business? Item 10. All right, we'll move on to the resolutions. On page 3, item 1, Mr. Fowley, please.
It is recommended the resolution listed below regarding the December 2020 and January 2021 board minutes be approved as submitted.
Second.
Any questions? Go ahead and call the roll.
Mr. Fowley,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mrs. Lamperos.
Yes, and the motion carries. On page 4, item 2, monthly financial statement. It is recommended the resolution listed below regarding the December 2020 financial statement and short-term investments made by the treasurer during December 2020, Exhibit A, pages 25 to 26, be approved as submitted.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions? Go ahead and call the roll.
Mrs. Lamperos,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Fowley.
Yes.
Okay, and the motion carries. On page 6, item 3, Mr. Fowley, please.
It is recommended the resolution listed below establishing the 2020 through 2021 co-curricular budget and purpose statements be approved as submitted.
I think I'll second that.
Thank you, Mr. Walker. All right, any questions? Go ahead and call the roll, please.
Mr. Fowley,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mrs. Lamperos.
Yes, and the motion carries. On page 7, item 4, tax rates. It is recommended the resolution listed below for tax rates for calendar year 2021 be approved as submitted.
Second.
Okay, any questions? Go ahead and call the roll.
Mrs. Lamperos,
Yes.
Mr. Fowley,
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
And the motion carries. Thank you. On page 8, under superintendent's recommendations, item 1, Mr. Fowley, please.
Agreements, contracts, and/or leases. It is recommended the resolution listed below entering into agreements, contracts, and/or leases A and B be approved as submitted.
Second.
Okay, any questions? Go ahead and call the roll, please.
Mr. Fowley,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mrs. Lamperos.
And I'm abstaining from this vote, and we have 2, that is the majority, so the motion passes. On page 9, item 2, approval of memorandum of understanding, International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 95. It is recommended that the memorandum of understanding between the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 95, and the Warren City Board of Education be approved as submitted.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions? Go ahead and call the roll.
Mrs. Lamperos,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Fowler.
Yes.
And the motion carries. On page 10, item 3, Mr. Fowley, please.
2021 through 2022 school calendar for teachers and students. It is recommended the resolution listed below for the 2021 through 2022 school year calendar for teachers and students be approved as submitted.
Second.
Any questions regarding the calendar? Go ahead and call the roll, please.
Mr. Fowley,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mrs. Lamperos.
Yes, and the motion carries. On page 11, item 4, Warren City Schools Athletic Council Meetings 2021. It is recommended the resolution listed below establishing meetings for the Warren City Schools Athletic Council for the 2021 calendar year be approved as submitted.
Yes. Me second. I second that.
Thank you. Okay, any questions? Go ahead and call the roll.
Mrs. Lamperos,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Fowley.
Yes.
Thank you, and the motion carries. On page 12, item 5, Mr. Fowley, please.
Acceptance of gifts. It is recommended the resolution listed below regarding acceptance of gifts be approved as submitted. There is one from Eleni McNally to the Raider Pantry, a monetary donation of $75, for which we thank her.
I second
Yes,
that.
thank you.
Thank you very kindly, Ms. McNally.
Yes, that was a wonderful project that she did. Thank you very much. Go ahead and call the roll, please.
Mr. Fowley,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mrs. Lamperos.
Yes, and the motion carries. On page 13, tuition reimbursement. It is recommended the resolution listed below for tuition reimbursement be approved as submitted.
Second.
Okay, any questions? Just congratulations. We always appreciate our employees improving and
Yes, definitely.
okay, go ahead and call the roll, please.
Mrs. Lamperos,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Fowley.
Yes.
Okay, and the motion carries. On page 14, item 6, Mr. Fowley, please.
Personnel recommendations. It is recommended the resolution listed below regarding personnel items A through K be approved as submitted. I would like to draw everyone's attention to several items in this. We wish to thank Elaine Casio for her service as an educational aide at Lincoln, and we certainly wish to thank Zach Cower for his service at the Capitol as he was called up.
Yes. Thank you to both.
Very good, thank you. Okay, do we have a second on our personnel recommendations?
Yes. Sorry. I second.
Thank you. Okay, and then any other questions? Okay, go ahead and call the roll, please.
Mr. Fowley,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
and Mrs. Lamperos.
Yes, and the motion carries. And I did not receive any emails for public participation, so that item we will move over. There is no reason for executive session. So at this time, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I still
So
move.
moved.
Thank you, Mr. Fowley. We'll put you down as a second. Okay, so the time is 6:29. Go ahead and call the roll.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Fowley,
Yes.
Mrs. Lamperos.
Yes, the motion carries. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, social distance, wear your mask, wash your hands, and keep your prayers up for everyone, okay?
Yep.